Oh, hello there. Today we will be exploring the Russian leaders from 1462 to 1682. Before we continue the program, there are a few things that you need to know about Russia and their political system. The Russian leaders directed a centralized government, meaning that the main leader, which in Russia was the Tsar, was the central authority to which local governments and communities were subject to. The Russian leaders relied upon the labor of the serfs who worked the land in order to ensure economic success. Now, you are prepared with the information to better understand the Russian leaders, so let us begin the program. Ivan III, also known as Ivan the Great, ruled Russia from 1462 to 1505 AD. He is considered one of the most significant Russian leaders in its illustrious history. He is best known for his land conquest, his ability to unify the peoples of Russian territories, and his reconstruction of the Russian government. Starting in the 1470s, Ivan the Great began a series of attacks in order to regain lost land. This began with the reconquest of western lands lost to the Lithuanians and reacquiring land in the east from the Khanates. His alliance with the Crimean Khanate proved key, as the Mongol-Lithuania alliance turned out to be a weak adversary, easily being conquered by the Russians and Crimeans. With this victory in 1480, Moscow was free from Mongol rule for the first time in 2 centuries. He later conquered Novgorod and other city-states in northern Russia. His military campaigns were characterized by feigning an attempt to intervene in an internal dispute in an area and gradually taking over that area. Ivan the Great was able to successfully govern Russia because of his ability to create a unified people under his control. By challenging and waging war against the Lithuanian monarchy, who oppressed Russian princes, Ivan was able to gain the support of many Russian princes. He was also successful in bringing the Kazan Khanate of the Middle Volga River under his control by offering protection. Ivan was able to successfully control Russia by reforming the government. By establishing the service gentry, he was able to maintain control over the Russian officials. With this proposal, Ivan suggested that in order to own land, a Russian citizen would have to serve in the army or in the Russian administration, similar to how the Janissaries served the Ottomans. By authorizing the service gentry, Ivan legalized serfdom, binding peasants to the land they worked. He oversaw the reformation of legal code and also created a judicial system. Because of the 4-decade period of prosperity and wealth in Moscow following Ivan III's reign, he earned the nickname Ivan the Great. Ivan IV, also known as Ivan the Terrible, ruled Russia from 1533 to 1584. After the death of his mother at a young age, Ivan was skeptical of who to trust in the Russian government, leaving him traumatized and fearful. In 1548, Ivan anointed himself Tsar, becoming the first official bearer of that title. His effectiveness as a leader can be traced back to his reformation of the government and his strengthening of the military. Ivan's success is shown through his reformation of the government. He published a new law code in 1550 and also brought the church under the government, with the priests abiding by the state law. Ivan strengthened the military through better training and emphasizing efficiency in all facets of war. With this newly upgraded military, Ivan was able to extend the Russian Empire to the Baltic Sea. His greatest military victories came against the Kazan Khanate, the Astrakhan Khanate, and the Siberian Khanate. The conquest of the Siberian Khanate supplied Russia with many resources including metals, animal furs, and other raw materials. Although Ivan IV is remembered for his terrible policies, including inciting civil war in the 1560s and torturing thousands to death in the 1570s, he was a very effective leader.